Hey geeks!
It's Jessica
and Hadley Merrick from Louisville, Kentucky.
When I'm not scheming to find a way to get back to Disney, or dreaming of walking down Main Street,
and driving under the Disney World signs,
or figuring out how to ride It's a Small World multiple times, I binge Geekin' on WDW with Curtis and the whole Geekin' family.
Hey, Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here. Hey, thank you, Jessica and Hadley, for that awesome intro. Welcome to episode 412 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, Megan Dorsey and her family's got a week down at Boulder Ridge Wilderness Lodge DVC. Amazing food description, geeks, coming your way. I've been having fun chatting with Disney World fans and geeks for over 7 years. If you're new to the podcast, well, welcome. 7 years ago, I started the podcast with my daughter, Lindsay. We began the show by talking about our Disney World trips, and then we brought on our Disney geeks. Yeah, they're awesome. They tell their trip stories every single week, and our listeners, they are so positive, caring, generous. I got to do right now a shout out for those Ohio geeks. They had a geek meet today. They're posting all kinds of pictures in our private Facebook group. Thanks so much, Travis. We're going to give you another big shout out after we listen to Megan and her trip report. And yeah, we really encourage making friends and a family atmosphere here on the podcast. And I love it that the listeners started calling me the Podfather a few years ago, and I continue to bring on you listeners to tell your Disney World stories. We'd love for you to join the Geekin' family. We got an amazing private discussion group on Facebook. There are a lot of friends being made there. They're sharing their trip pictures, their get-togethers, their geek meets, and the friendships that they've made. I'm going to give another shout out later in the show after Megan's trip report, but search for Geekin' on WD Family out there on Facebook. And if you're new to Disney World, just ask all your questions. We give some great answers. Everyone chips in to help you out, and you'll get some of the best advice from some of the best Disney World geeks there are out there on the internet. We're also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. So if you'd like to book with Mom and Auntie Judy, they'd love to be your travel guides. They'll help you book those dining reservations, help you book your room. You can email them at travelandtiaras@gmail.com. Just check your show notes right on your phone app that you listen to the show. You'll see their email as well as mine, and you can reach out to us anytime. We'd love to help you and be your travel guides. And I love doing trip reports. I had a bunch of people down in the parks recently. Megan Dorsey, one of my Patreon supporters. Thank you, Megan, so much for doing that and booking your trips with us. We really appreciate you. Megan, she went to Boulder Ridge Villas, a DVC at the Wilderness Lodge. She loves the Wilderness Lodge. I know a lot. What's not to love? Geyser Point she did 3 or 4 times. She does some amazing details on food. Like, many of the geeks that come on our show, we really do focus on the food description. So you're going to get lots of great recommendations for your food escapades down at Disney World. And you got Whispering Canyon, Territory Lounge, of course, because they're at the Wilderness Lodge. The Plaza, one of their first stops they make every trip. Coral Reef, La Hacienda de San Angel. That's one I really want to do when I'm down there in October. Sci-Fi Diner, Skipper's Canteen, Hollywood Brown Derby, Rose and Crown, Oga's. Get some great snacks and some descriptions there. First time on the Rise of the Resistance. They also use the DAS pass for the first time. So that's that disability pass you can get if you've got someone in your party that could use that. She'll describe that a little bit. Talks about what they could have done better. I ask her what was overrated and underrated, and she gives some awesome tips. At the Ohio Geek Meet, I heard Travis Dietrich ask everyone if they'd rather have a free Genie Plus pass or a free meal plan. After talking with Megan this week, I think we just might go with a free meal plan. How about you, geeks? Well, let's go geeking on Walt Disney World with Megan and her family down at Disney World. right, let's go. Yeah, I've got a bunch of veteran super geeks coming on. I had a lot of our friends down in Disney World over the last week, and I just started scheduling out. So we're getting into number one of about 5 of these that were just all of our friends down in Disney World. So I'm excited to bring on back a super geek who she's been on before. It's Megan Dorsey.
Glad to be back.
Whoa, the crowd's still going on wild. Hey, Megan, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be back.
Well, yeah, you're back from Disney World pretty like last week, right?
Yes, we were there July 17th to 25th.
Awesome. What is today? We're into August already.
I know.
My gosh. Summer is halfway gone. And you went to Disney World in the summer, huh, Megan?
We did. We've done that for years. Now, my kids are a little older now. They're 20 and my son turned 15 on our trip. But we've often gone in July and have enjoyed it. We live in the Houston area, so we always claim that we're pre-acclimated to the heat and humidity, but we're rethinking that after this trip. But with the kids out of school, my son's birthday is the middle of July, our anniversary is the end of July, and we had celebrated our honeymoon at Disney World. It's a nice time for us to go.
Excellent.
But like I said, we may start thinking about trips that aren't in the middle of the summer.
There you go. That's a consideration to look. I know we had to go in August, and it can be like walking on the surface of the sun, especially if you're from the north. I don't have much. I shouldn't even feel bad for you because you're used to it more than I would be.
It was hot. That's what I can say. I'm used to it, and I'm used to the humidity.
Yeah.
And it was hot. There were some brutal days. I do think it's affected a little bit because of the pandemic. They've moved a lot of lines outside,
or
a lot of those lines go further outside than they used to.
Okay.
So I feel like you're out on that baking pavement for longer.
Maybe that's
it.
Yeah,
It just
exposed.
felt hot.
Yeah.
That or we're getting old. One or the other.
There's some truth to that. I can understand that too. Megan, thanks for being a Patreon supporter. And I know you booked this trip with Mom. And
we booked this, I think, September 2019. And we were supposed to be club level at the lodge July 2020. And we know that didn't happen.
The travel agency would have had a great year in 2020 if it weren't for the great unpleasantness. And it was a lot of work just rescheduling for everybody, right?
I cannot tell you how thankful I am for Margita and Judy because they were on the phone. I don't even know how many hours rebooking us. Yeah. We went from the lodge to the DVC Boulder Creek Villas. And then we decided, no, we weren't comfortable traveling last July. We moved it to December because my cousin was supposed to get married in Florida in December. We figured, well, we'll piggyback on that trip. The wedding got postponed. We decided it wasn't worth the trip. We moved it then to this July. Wow. So they've been moving. We've been kicking that can down the road. We've been moving that reservation for years, really for years at this point.
Oh my gosh. I know she's been frustrated that she doesn't show it, but it's not none of our faults. It's just the great unpleasantness, as we call it. Well,
exactly. And hours on the phone. Yeah. She saved us hours on the phone.
Oh, yeah. Point that out as we go through. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how thankful we were.
I didn't want to go without saying you're a podcaster, too. What's your podcast that you do in case someone might be interested?
It's the College Prep Podcast. Not near as much fun as talking about Disney, but my co-host and I talk about college admissions and study skills for high school and junior high kids.
Yeah. So if you have an interest, where can they find you?
They can find us anywhere you find regular podcasts. Yeah. We're on iTunes and the regular services or at our website, collegepreppodcast.com.
Awesome. All right. Love supporting my listeners too.
Got a good plug in.
There you go. And I want to start with, where did you end up staying and who went on the trip?
We did end up in the Boulder Ridge Villas. I think I'm getting that right. That's the old DVC building at the Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah.
Now, the Wilderness Lodge is home. When they say welcome home, they're talking to us.
Yeah.
We've stayed there a dozen times at least over the years.
Yeah.
I said some of the time we go in July because that's our honeymoon. We got married in 1997 and honeymooned at the Wilderness Lodge.
Yep.
So we've been there for many vacations since. So that really is home to us. But we've never stayed in the DVC. And part of our decision to stay there is the Wilderness Lodge had been getting rid of their bunk bed rooms.
Okay.
We used to love those when the kids were little because I have now a 20-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son. And they are not going to sleep nicely in the same bed together.
Yeah.
So it means on other vacations, if we can't get something like a bunk bed, who's sleeping on the floor tonight?
Yeah.
But in the DVC room, they have the fold-out sofa and then that little Murphy bed. It's not quite a twin, but it's almost a twin bed that folds down from that TV console. Well, that way both of them could have a bed.
Right.
And we didn't have to put anybody on the floor.
Okay. How'd those accommodations work out?
It worked out well.
Sleeping wise.
You know, the room was different than a standard Wilderness Lodge room.
Okay.
But for our purposes, it really worked.
Yeah, I always wondered. I've slept on a lot of those beds, and I find them, I guess I'm not that picky, I suppose. Maybe as I get older I am, but I even slept on the Bay Lake Tower has that like chair thing. I've always thought that was comfortable. Well, it could be I'm exhausted every time I go to Disney World by the end of the day too. That could be a factor.
Well, and one of the things that I had actually heard or read somewhere, and I don't know if it was on the podcast, Facebook page or somewhere else, someone had suggested that if you're looking to get an extra bed, buy one of those inflatable air mattresses, a twin inflatable air mattress, fly it out with you or have it delivered by Amazon. Use it in your room during your stay and then just leave a note on it that you're leaving this. You didn't forget it. You're not planning on taking it back home with you because some of those are really inexpensive. And we might consider doing that at some point in the future.
Sometimes they only last one trip too.
No kidding. But I would say
they're comfortable though. Yeah.
That fold down little Murphy bed. My son is now almost 6 feet tall. So he did look a little oversized for it, but it worked. It work. And then the fold out couch, it creaked every time somebody rolled over in their sleep. But they said it was comfortable enough. So I'm not going to complain. We took the bed. So it was my husband, me, and our 2 kids.
Very good. And you're familiar with I can remember talking with people before I was an expert in Disney World, and it seemed like the Wilderness Lodge came up a lot as a favorite for people. It sticks in my mind. I can totally understand when you find that homey place, that place that meant a lot to you. You know, you've got the looking back on you said you were there for a honeymoon, right? So yeah, I totally, and my gosh, it's so majestic and gorgeous and so many things. Is there anything else particularly great about the Wilderness Lodge that you like?
I can tell you about all our food experiences this trip, but maybe we'll save that for talking about food.
We'll do that pretty soon. You know, we do talk about food quite extensively here.
I love the fact that when you get back to the lodge, you feel so removed from the parks.
Yeah.
Because it is that Northwest Lodge feel. You just feel like you're off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you really can kick back and relax. I love the lobby with the huge stone fireplace, the brook that babbles up in the lobby and then runs all the way down to the swimming pool below. Everything about it.
Yeah. We
love the theming throughout, just the little touches and details. Everything about the Wilderness Lodge is home to us.
You're so right. It is one of these majestic places that you can hardly describe, and it takes you into another world. And we've recently had these conversations with people that are talking to Mom and I and about arguing with their family whether to stay off property or not. They obviously have never stayed at the Wilderness Lodge because that is just so unbelievable. And thank you so much for that intro that you sent in. I love the babbling brook and the background and of the lobby sounds in your introduction that we played just recently here a couple episodes ago.
And I told you it was so loud. There's so much going on in that lobby. I couldn't tell if the sound quality was good or not.
It worked. I knew what the background was, and I love that. That is very unique. I love the way that brook bubbles up and goes. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Well, and we had said our expectation for this trip was really low. If we came and all we did was sit in the rocking chairs in the lobby with a cold drink and watch people walk past, we were going to be happy.
Pretty fantastic. Yeah.
So that was our getaway.
Yeah. You put it off for long enough. You were, I'm sure, just so excited to get down there. And
we hadn't been anywhere. We had been sitting at home, all of us, staring at each other. So it was great to get out. And Disney for us is an escape.
Sure.
One of the reasons I would tell people don't stay off property is once we get on that Magical Express, we no longer have to be thinking responsible people. I don't have to get the map out and tell my husband where to turn or exit. We don't have to find parking. We don't have to remember where our car is.
Yeah.
We just hop out to a fully air-conditioned bus and it takes us wherever we wanted to go.
Fully
or hop
agree.
on a boat or even the monorail, whatever it is. I just wear that magic band and I am set to go. So to me, that's relaxation. That's our ability to escape from the day-to-day reality.
Yeah, 100%. And get back all the childhood things. And, like you and I know, people don't realize maybe all the adult fun things, especially, Megan, food. And, I'm a big fan of the food options at the Wilderness Lodge. Let's start there because one of my favorite places on all of property, it's one of these places, even if you're over at the Magic Kingdom or if you got to take a special excursion over to Geyser Point, I think it's well worth right? You've got a great atmosphere with the pool and the geyser that goes off. And the location is just stupendous.
We ate there our first night.
Yeah.
We had been to the Magic Kingdom. We flew in, got in to the airport probably about 11:30 a.m. So we had already been to the Magic Kingdom, came back for a rest that evening and decided we weren't up to doing anything else. Started at Geyser Point. It was so relaxing. We got a table that overlooked Bay Lake.
Yeah.
Now, there were some people crowding around to see the fireworks. From our seat, you could see bits of them, but it was through the trees, so you couldn't see the whole thing.
Mm.
But a few minutes later comes the electric water pageant. So it was wonderful. We ate at Geyser Point 3 or 4 times during the entire trip. So,
what kinds of things did you sample there?
Okay, so the first night, my husband orders the cheesy brisket with the homemade chips, and they make their potato chips by hand over there at the Wilderness Lodge.
I love that.
And I will say, we are picky brisket people coming from Texas. He loved it.
Oh, good.
I think he ordered it 3 other times during our trip.
That is a great endorsement from Texas. That brisket thing, is that your thing in Houston area?
Yes, it's dry rubbed and smoked beef brisket.
Yeah.
Pork is not barbecue where I'm from.
I understand. My good friend Wendy Fox, we had the Albany meetup and she made brisket. I got to tell you, I've been eating off that since Saturday. And I don't know. I thought, Wendy, you did a fantastic job. I was thinking of it today. I got to ask her, I don't know what to call it, a recipe or how she made it, but prepared it. But she had a barbecue place that fell down on her. Didn't work out. She made her own, so it was really good. But yes, I've heard about this dish you're talking about, and it's so glad to get this endorsement from you.
So it comes out as an appetizer, but it's perfect for a meal.
A few drinks, yeah, and that
absolutely.
sounds that's a good thing.
They have the Schaffenhofer grapefruit beer.
All right.
The grapefruit beer that you normally have to go to Germany in Epcot to get. Nope, they're serving it right there.
Well, we got to give a shout out. Kermit likes that. I know our geeks love that stuff.
My husband was able to order other beers. I'm the one who drinks the grapefruit beer. He drinks the stuff that's, as thick as tar, but he was able to find some that he enjoyed. Another night, I sampled the margaritas, had both a frozen strawberry margarita and a frozen lime margarita.
Yeah.
And those were good. Other food, They have a crab cake with a zesty slaw.
Oh,
So it's not a mayonnaise-based coleslaw.
sounds good.
It's really flavorful, and it goes so well with the crab cake.
I like
That was wonderful.
I like that.
They had teriyaki glazed chicken wings.
By the way,
Whoop.
when you say
Those were perfect.
nice.
Alexa's
Do you
talking.
have a notification?
Be quiet, Alexa. Okay. Sorry, Megan. So, I don't know what wakes her
wants
up.
Some of these teriyaki chicken wings.
She's very
too.
excited about this menu.
My kids, who one of the nights that we went, my husband and I, and just ordered the cheese and charcuterie board, they had gone off to Magic Kingdom themselves. But another night they joined us and they said they just wanted chicken wings. And although it doesn't come on the adult menu, it was on the kids menu. And our server said, do you want those in the adult portion? So they got their chicken wings and fries. So that would be a tip for anyone who wants something that really sounds like a kid's food. A lot of times they can make it into an adult portion if that's what you're looking for.
Good tip. And I'm a huge fan of chicken wings. How were they? Were they happy with
Oh,
those?
they were really good. They come with I think it was sesame seeds on them, or I can't remember what it was, but just delicious. With probably a little too much sauce because I was dripping sauce and needed extra napkins. But to me, that's the perfect wing.
Get it on your new Mickey shirt.
Exactly. But it was so nice to sit out just in a chair. They're not rushing you. One of the things we liked about Geyser Point is that we could go on the My Disney Experience app and get in the virtual queue for a table.
Ah, good. That's a good deal.
One day we did that and it said, it might be 90 minutes. So we were up in the room. We had the Olympics on.
Yeah.
And I said, well, guys, it's going to be 90 minutes. I'm glad we put in for the table now. 5 minutes later, we get the text. Your table's ready. I was like, oh no.
That's kind of a bad estimate.
Yeah. My husband's in his lounge clothes. He's like, I want to put a clean shirt on. So went down and they said, that happens a lot, that people get some really long wait times for them. And I imagine as a lounge, it's really hard to estimate how long people are going to sit there. Because you might just come for 20, 30 minutes to have a drink, but you could sit there for 2 hours.
That's a good point.
Visit and snack and have another couple drinks. So
I think, of all the bad things you and I have talked about, though, this mobile ordering, they seem like they've got in the queues, the virtual queues, because they do the same thing over at Coronado, that similar lounge restaurant that they have, Three Bridges. Those are the two that, guys, geeks, we got to. Those are our secret. Don't tell anybody about these two, all right? But I'm getting great reports on the mobile queues and the mobile ordering. Definitely plan ahead. Like you said, 90 minutes is probably a good thing to think when you're going to eat next. I think about eating what I'm having next right after I finish what I just had, but I don't know if everyone's like me.
Well, and it's wonderful because it's just a walk downstairs.
Well, you're relaxing inside and watching the Olympics, so you.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't mind if we had to wait, and then we had to hurry to go get down there and grab our table. But the service there was wonderful.
Love it.
I know it's open air, and I know I said how hot it was, but we never felt hot when we were sitting there.
Yeah, off the water.
Yeah. Exactly. They've got the fans going, just the way they've constructed it. We never felt hot when we were sitting there, even though it was outside.
Love that place. Actually, on the opposite side, I've been there in the winter. It's been kind of cold, so I'd probably rather go now than I would in the wintertime.
I believe that.
Depending on how the winter can be.
But it's really nice. You can see the geyser erupting. That happens once an hour. And then you can watch all the boats going out on
it's
Bay
so
Lake.
cool. I didn't know you could see the fireworks from there.
Through the trees.
Bit, sort of, yeah. Sort of, kind of. All right. Good stuff. Anything else good at the resort food-wise?
We did multiple times have breakfast from the Roaring Forks.
Yeah. Tell me about the quick serve.
The mobile ordering for breakfast is wonderful, because I could be getting ready in the room and get everybody's order submitted. Yep. And my husband could run down, pick it up, and then bring it back, and we could eat while we're getting ready.
Yeah. Nice.
For us, that was wonderful time saving. If not, we used to have to either send my husband with this list, and he would always say, I hate doing this. You give me this long list. You have all these choices to make.
Good point.
Put it in on mobile ordering.
Yep.
Everybody gets to make their own decisions.
I understand his stress.
Or we'd have to have all the kids ready and haul everybody down and then eat breakfast together. It also made sharing things easier.
Mm.
So you didn't feel like you had to get an extra plate. They had it all ready to go. And then if you had extras, you could put it right there in the fridge in your room.
Love it.
So I think we only ate Roaring Forks really for breakfast, but it was perfect for that.
Yeah, anything good on the menu you ran to?
I can't recommend the hash.
Oh, no.
It was a lot of potatoes
Not
and
enough.
a little bit of meat. And
Okay.
to me, it didn't work.
I love
But
corned beef hash.
I think so.
It's one of my
I don't know,
favorites.
I think it might have been beef or brisket or pork or something, but I wasn't sure.
All
I
right.
gave it a try. It was okay.
All right.
As its own dish, probably not. If it were served as a side, it might have been better.
Any good egg sandwiches? That's my favorite.
No, didn't order any of those. I'm going to tell you, they're really brilliant in combining this. Chicken and waffles.
For breakfast?
Small Mickey waffles,
Yeah.
couple chicken fingers.
Ah.
It is the breakfast for my kids because if they just have Mickey waffles, it's all that quick carb sugar.
Yeah.
They burn off too fast and then are hungry.
Need the
They've
protein.
had too much sugar later.
Yeah.
Throw in a couple chicken strips, and all of a sudden, that's the perfect meal. It's
All
got a
right.
good balance, not too much sugar, got a little protein to even them out. So that worked.
Nice.
We did notice throughout all of Disney that there weren't quite as many choices, but
Yeah,
it
we've
still
heard that.
seemed pretty good for breakfast.
I noticed in your report you complimented us many times, either podcast tips, we'll point those out too, or the private Facebook group, which is great as people have been reporting all this stuff. Whispering Canyon, that's in the lodge too, right?
Yes, the first thing is we went for dinner. It wasn't incredibly crowded, so there were a lot of open tables. That was one of the sit-down restaurants that I would say was not at full capacity, where in the past, man, it was packed in there and you couldn't even just get a walk-up reservation.
Yeah.
I really felt you could have walked up
Yeah.
and gotten a table there at Whispering Canyon right now. I miss the old salad. They used to have just a dinner salad that I think was part of the all-you-can-eat skillet
Sure.
that had the same dressing as that salad from Boop-de-Doo.
Oh, yeah.
This was not a fancy salad. This was iceberg lettuce and a little bit of fixins, but it had a dressing that I really liked. And so I missed that.
Yeah, I understand. We notice these little things, don't we? We look forward to them. I'm scared of the ohana, Megan.
Oh, well, they have a salad on the menu,
Yeah.
but it's fancier. And it has I think a balsamic and it has extra things on
Okay.
it. And I just like that plain old iceberg salad.
I get it. My wife is the worst with this. Like, she doesn't like when they change things, especially when you're got your heart set on them.
We were a little worried because we had looked at the menu ahead of time, starting to figure out what are we going to eat. And we did not see the bottomless milkshakes on the online menu.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as we sat at the table, they gave us a little paper with the drink specialties and the milkshakes were there.
Now here's my thing with the. Trust me, I love the biggest vanilla milkshake you can give me, and all that food that they bring you. I think you're going to go over what they bring you. I think it's a marketing ploy because I don't know that I could bottomless milkshake it, and I'm a big boy.
Well, I will tell you, first, my kids are quite strategic,
Okay.
and we start with that. So
So you
my
get
son,
two in?
my daughter, and my husband all started with milkshakes. I started with the blood orange margarita,
Okay.
which I had one at the Brown Derby, I think the day before. It's wonderful.
Ooh.
It's so good. I ordered it
Sounds-
multiple times this trip. But they started with that milkshake.
I
so
like
by
that
the time
strategy.
we got-
Yeah, I like
by
that
the time we
strategy.
got to dessert,
Uh-huh.
they could order a second one as their dessert.
That's the strategy.
So
Force one down.
You can't fill up on good, healthy food, Curtis. You have to start with your milkshake in mind.
You got to break my father's rule.
That's right. And it's interesting the way they've structured things. Really, the price of everything is the same. Whether you order an entree or whether you get one of the bottomless skillets,
Mhm.
it all costs the same.
Okay.
And I will say, for the first time that we've been there, they were very insistent that if you did not order the skillet, you can't even taste off the skillet.
Okay.
Which I thought was a little silly because my son ordered the New York strip and my daughter ordered the cedar plank salmon. So everybody's ordering an entree. We're not trying to get around paying for a meal. But they multiple times reminded us that the skillet is only for those who order a skillet. And so they really did seem to push the skillet.
A little weird.
My husband and I got the skillet. It has all the same good stuff you've loved in the past: brisket, ribs, some pulled pork, a nice baked chicken, sausage, mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes at Disney this trip were particularly good. I don't know if they've changed their mashed potatoes or if I just noticed it. They were really good. And then green beans.
The way you said that, I wasn't sure if you were going good or bad on that.
No, they
That's
really
good.
were. And that wasn't just at Whispering Canyon that I had the mashed potatoes. I'm probably the only person in my family who will eat mashed potatoes. So I don't normally cook them at home. So I really enjoyed, I ate them off other people's plates at different meals as well. But they're well flavored. It doesn't have the taste of a pre-made or boxed mashed potato.
Nice.
It really has a good texture, nice, creamy, rich flavor.
I love your description. I could eat this every single day of my life, this meal right here. Milkshakes and this brisket and barbecue and the potatoes. I'm all about this.
I did order an apple pie slice for dessert because I had not ordered a milkshake.
Okay.
It was interesting. They've reformulated their apple pie over the years. I remember one that was just stacked with apple slices.
Yeah.
This was almost a cake with apple slices in it. So there was more sort of spongy cakeness in this slice of pie. But man, a good slice of apple pie is always good.
Little ice cream on it.
Quite enjoyable. Oh yes, it comes on the side.
Vanilla, a little
I
vanilla
think
on there.
so.
Sounds good to me.
It was my son's birthday over the trip, and we had put that in our reservation, but the Whispering Canyon was the one place that noticed it, and our server brought out a cupcake for him.
Perfect.
Now, this is not a fancy cupcake. This is like a vanilla cupcake with some frosting and sprinkles.
Right.
It's like what you could get at your local grocery store, but it was really nice. She didn't make a big production, didn't drag everybody over to sing, but I think that really made him feel special. And it was nice that they took notice of that and helped celebrate in that way.
Good job. We got a good start at your own resort. We haven't even gotten into Disney World yet.
I will say we ate at our own resort more this time than I think we had ever before, in part because we were so tired. And some days it was like, it's so much work to go somewhere else. And Geyser Point was so good. Yeah. Why don't we just go downstairs and grab a bite?
You got another one here. Did you eat at the Territory Lounge? It's one of our favorite lounges too.
We did. Again, this was another, we've sent the kids off and we're going to do this night. Also, we tended to make a reservation for table service at lunch. So we would have a big meal at lunch. And that meant that by the time we got to dinner, really what you could order at a lounge was more than enough. We didn't want another big meal.
Yep. So. Said that many times. The lounges are fantastic. And Wilderness Lodge with the atmosphere is fantastic.
So the theming in the Territory Lounge, again, exactly on point. You have these carved wooden bears who are holding up the edge of the bar. You have this big territory map on the ceiling. We got there. I ordered another blood orange margarita.
See a theme here.
My husband tried, I think it's called the Pina Colada.
One
of these frozen goofy drinks.
That's one of those that's on all the Disney menus. Yes.
It was a little too sweet.
It's sweet. It's very sweet.
Very sweet.
You can't do two, that's for sure.
No, but the food.
Oh, yeah? What'd you get?
We got a mushroom bisque. It was fabulous. It really made me remember all the food at Artist Point. That really has that complex flavor to it. It definitely tasted of mushrooms, but it was so rich and flavorful in the taste. I can't even think about what exactly was in it, but it was good. And then we got a cheese fondue with pretzel bread. And the cheese fondue is very similar in texture and flavor to the cheddar cheese soup over at Le Cellier in Epcot. And this pretzel bread was great. We actually had to order another thing of bread to sop up all of our cheese fondue.
Hey, Megan, I forgot to give the official warning that we, if you have
Don't come hungry.
Don't come hungry to my podcast. It's not just me, it's my geeks. You are like describing this stuff so fantastic. I had my meal today and I'm getting hungry again.
I'm going to tell you, it was so good.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Again, we were able to walk in. We got a couch and a chair, so it's very comfortable seating.
Picking
You're
that
not in
stuff,
any hurry to turn over that table.
Yeah.
It's air conditioned, of course. And a lot of times when we sat down at the lounges, we would ask them to bring us some extra ice water.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the hard things with a counter service is you might get 1 cup of ice water, but it was so hot. We were going through multiple glasses
That makes sense.
Almost every sit down meal we were at.
What, do you have any more good stuff? You know, I just got to say this over again. Try out these lounges, especially in these deluxe resorts, right, Megan? I know we like to do ADRs, but don't discount these lounges.
Well, and I think we will go with the plan of an ADR for lunch and a lounge or just snacking for dinner. That really works for us. It's the right amount of food.
It's a good
and
plan.
It also gives flexibility because sometimes in the evening you want to rest. Sometimes you feel up to going and doing more. That way you're not trying to rush to make a dinner reservation.
It's a good plan. Nice. Very well done. All right.
We have lots more food.
We better go fast if we're going to be here all night.
Our first meal, our first day, we always walk down Main Street and we get a lunch reservation at the plaza.
And tell me, why do you do that? Because, I don't know, I've had half and half on the plaza. What makes that one special for you guys?
I think the sandwiches are pretty good.
Yeah.
The ice cream is fabulous.
Oh, well, there you go.
Especially when you've got kids, you get that first. Yeah. They used to, when they were little, get the Nickelodeon. I see you've got your pants.
My Mickey Pants
We've
Sunday.
Had that in the past. This time, we didn't have anything fancy. I had a club sandwich. My daughter had a chicken sandwich. I think my son had a burger. My husband ordered the meatloaf with the great mashed potatoes. But then we split a brownie sundae and a banana split.
All right. Yeah.
And there is something nice about sitting at a table with a glass of water and silverware to eat your ice cream rather than trying to juggle it down Main Street in the heat of a July afternoon. So that's why we like the plaza.
Do you always go to the park first thing when you arrive then, like you did this time?
We check in, and if our room is ready, we'll put the bags, our carry-on bags. We had to, of course, get our own bags. Magical Express doesn't do that anymore. And if our room isn't ready, we leave all of our bags with Bell Services and go directly, hop on the boat from the dock there at the lodge and head directly to the Magic Kingdom.
Very good. Good plan. All right. I'm going to go in order here. Coral Reef, which I haven't heard about in a while. Good to hear it's open.
I don't think we've eaten there in 15 or 20 years.
Yeah.
But again, very nice atmosphere. We ended up in the very back row, so not right up on the glass. And we did that because my daughter's had some heart issues this year and was bringing her motorized wheelchair because it's a lot of ground to cover. And she was tired and didn't want to transfer anywhere or walk down steps. So you can just wheel your scooter or chair right up to the table on that upper level. My son is a meat eater and he was ordering steak throughout Disney. So he had a ribeye. I got the shrimp and grits. It came with like a corn succotash and andouille sausage, a little bit of spice, but not too much. It was very good. I think my daughter ordered the shrimp cocktail, and it was an interesting presentation because I think the shrimp was all hanging off a wire.
Oh.
So it's sort of hanging up and dangles down. It was wonderful for her. My husband, as much as my son ordered steak and I ordered margaritas, my husband ordered lobster bisque across property this whole trip. So he, for his lunch, had a lobster bisque and really liked it.
That's a Auntie Judy favorite, lobster bisque.
And then we split a dessert. We got the chocolate wave, which is a chocolate cake with raspberry gelato. And that is where I noticed that I think Disney has gone to smaller portion sizes on a lot of things.
Okay.
It's normally good for the meal. Sometimes you didn't need that big portion, but really on desserts, you can see it. We shared things. And before it was like a big dessert. No, now they really are personal size. But sharing means we just get to order more. So that was good.
Coral Reef, yeah, in case you don't catch that, that's over at the Living Seas.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the aquarium, right?
We got to see some of the divers go through. We got to see all the fish. It's beautiful. As you walk in, the tile on the floor is sand colored. And very quickly you enter the water. All of the tile and flooring and surrounding is blue. So you're sitting underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really bring that theming all the way through.
Yeah, another unique experience for dining at Disney World. Love it. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going down the list. Be our guest. What'd you do? Which meal was that?
We had lunch.
All right. And what do they do for lunch?
It's wonderful. It's now the prefix menu. I think on our last trip, which was July 2018, I think we got it right before they switched over to this fixed menu format. And I thought it worked really well. It really elevates the lunch experience. And I think it means really fast delivery.
Okay.
What I remember from before, if anybody remembers this, you used to, for lunch, have to go to the self-serve kiosks and key in your order.
Yes.
And then you got this like plastic table rose marker that they sent you over to.
I'm with you.
You're getting your own drinks.
Yeah,
loud and chaotic. This was lovely. Yeah. You're seated. It feels like a fancy restaurant.
Was it higher end for lunch? Same kind of menu or?
It really is higher end.
Yeah.
We started off with French bread and salted butter for the table. It was hot, and I think we drank our fill of water and lemonade and iced tea.
I know exactly. You know, Megan, Disney is a place of extremes, right? It's either you're starving or you're thirsty or you're full.
But that sit down at lunch was perfect because I think I went through 5 iced teas in that meal, and they just keep bringing them to you, and you can cool off, and it's air conditioned.
No lie.
For starters, it was 3 of us. Halfway through the trip, my daughter had to leave to go to a wedding. So she left. It was me and the boys. We had a French onion soup, a lobster bisque, and the artisanal meat and cheese plate.
Yeah.
All very, very good.
Wow. Yeah. See, this is because I think we had the French dip sandwich kind of last time I did lunch there.
Oh, no. They're elevated from that.
It's more like a dinner kind of menu.
Exactly. Yeah. We were not creative. The 3 of us all got the filet mignon. It came with a wine glaze, potatoes, some veggies. What I would say about the entree selection there was it's a good example of what we found throughout Disney. It was much more limited. Here, you could have pork, chicken, beef, vegetarian. That was about it.
Yep.
So state your meat. That's what we're getting you. So we enjoyed the filet mignon. It was very well done. I'm sure they're cooking a ton of them all at the same time in the back, but they came out very flavorful, moist, delicious.
We're getting great reports from this. You're not the only one who's told me this.
And then they bring you out the dessert trio.
Yep.
No cart rolls around anymore. You don't even make a choice. Everybody gets the same 3. And it really does feel like French fine dining.
Nice.
They're very small. So you get one, which was, I think, a lemon macaron cookie. So crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. I can't remember what filling it had. Beautifully presented. A small dark chocolate truffle with a Grand Marnier ganache. And then the white chocolate. They call it the chocolate chip, like chip.
Right.
The cup from the movies.
Character.
Cup with the gray stuff and the crunchy pearls. Yep. And that gray stuff is delicious. I don't know what it is, but that plus the white chocolate that it's served in was wonderful. And it's just so well presented.
Yeah. And it's an experience. Everyone that, if you've never been there, be our guest. You got to go try it. And it's good to hear the food's good too.
We ate in the main dining room.
Yeah.
The Beast came out. I think at the beginning and then towards the end of our visit, just to wave at everybody, greet you to his castle. It was very nice.
Outstanding. You're doing awesome here, Megan. We're only halfway through. La Hacienda.
I know we ate too much, didn't we?
La Hacienda, I've heard nothing but good things about the food here. What'd you guys, you must get some great Mexican food in your local area.
We do, but we are very used to eating Tex-Mex. And so the clarification for anyone who's comfortable with Tex-Mex is this is traditional Mexican food.
Okay.
So the flavors and spices are different.
Okay.
It's more rare in our area to get Mexican food, but like I said,
I didn't know that. All right.
Started off with the San Angel in Margarita.
Outstanding.
And I'm going to tell you that this was probably my least favorite margarita of the trip, but it's probably the highest quality margarita of the trip. This is for people who love their good tequila.
Uh-huh.
I hope I don't mispronounce all of this, but it was the Casa de Grones Blanco tequila with a Torres orange liqueur, agave nectar, a little bit of fresh lime, and a black salt rim. Personally, I take a little more mixer. I'd like a good frozen lime margarita, but this was very tasty. I'm glad I ordered it, but I'd probably go back to the frozen lime one. But for anyone who's looking for that elevated good tequila type of experience, this is what you want to order.
Are you playing up to me?
Oh, no. We've got good margaritas here. And if you count, I probably ordered a dozen margaritas on our trip. So
this is my shtick. Oh,
it was the margarita tour of Disney for us.
You do so the regular frozen lime margarita in the booth there is outstanding, right?
That definitely meets with my seal of approval.
I love it.
Then we ordered the queso fundido, which is not your Velveeta type queso that you would expect. It is melted cheese with chorizo, peppers, onions, and they serve it with small flour tortillas, like the size of your hand, like you might make a small taco in. Uh-huh. And basically what you do is you use your fork to take a little bit of this baked cheese and put it in the tortilla and make sort of your own cheese roll up. Wonderful. We ordered 2 different types of steak dishes. One was a flank steak baked with peppers, cheese, salsa, and tortillas. And then I had the carne asada, which is a marinated New York strip. The highlight of that dish actually was a side that a poblano pepper stuffed with baked cheese. Oh. They stuffed with cheese and baked it. It was so good. You could just cut into it, get a little bit of pepper, a little bit of cheese.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Nice.
For dessert, we split a tres leche. We are tres leche snobs, so this one was very well done. You could see they finished off the top of it with the torch, so you got that caramelized look and taste. Really good. We probably dined 2 or 3 hours too early to see the fireworks, but we would have had the perfect table looking out on the water.
Yes, good tip there if you want to see fireworks, right?
Yes.
Megan, you are killing these descriptions. You got extra notes that I don't have, I'm noticing, by the way.
I did have to go and make a list of all the things we ordered. I had to go back through all my pictures.
But you are
my family will tell you, Mom has to take a picture of your food before you can eat it.
How did you get all this detail that you're giving back to me, though?
Some of it is I remembered it, and I did go and look at their menu online to get the names of some of the entrees.
You're like killing this food report. Okay.
You have to take pictures of all your food,
that's
Curtis.
for sure.
That's the other thing.
But you've gone the extra mile to look at the ingredients here. This is amazing. And
some of it stands out. As you eat it, I was like, oh, I remember that pepper, that stuffed, baked pepper. It was really good. We do enjoy our food at Disney.
I'm telling you, you guys are foodies. I'm putting you in that foodie category. All right, sci-fi. Sci-fi is so much fun. I like it. How was the food there?
The food was good.
Good enough, right?
I will say. Usually, you would have been stuffed in a car. So those cars have 3 rows. We were given our own car. At that point, it was only 3 of us. So we had 2 of us in one row, one behind. It was really nice that they didn't add that extra party in the car. So that was one of those benefits of maybe reduced capacity. And my son, who's 15, is finally old enough to see the humor in the old movie clips. And I compare that to maybe when we took our daughter when she was 3, who found the whole experience a little scary.
Terrifying.
With the monsters in the dark and everything else.
True.
So this
True.
was the time to go.
Yeah.
We just went with the classics, burgers and shakes.
All right. Yeah.
It was good.
It's a fun place. It's pretty unique. It's one of my, I always enjoy that. I like that kind of food too. It's good lunch.
It was fun.
Skipper's Canteen. Always the last meal in the parks.
It is. We always make a lunch reservation on our last day. We go to Magic Kingdom first day and last day. We try to take the last flight out at night. And so we'll have a good sized lunch at the Skipper's Canteen a little later in the afternoon, maybe 1:30 or 2 o'clock, depending on our flight time. Once we're done, head back to the lodge, head to the airport with Magical Express. The Skipper's Canteen is a wonderful place if you are a foodie. Now, we started off with a little bit of good Jungle Cruise humor with the Schweitzer slush.
Okay.
Named for Dr. Albert Slush. Of course. My son likes that. That has a juice mix with the boba balls.
Oh, I love those bobo
Those are
balls.
always fun.
I don't know why.
I had the Jungle Navigation Shandy, which is part Blue Moon Ale, part lemonade. Very refreshing.
Ooh.
For a hot afternoon. Very good.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think your podcast this week or last week mentioned the off-the-menu Brazilian cheese bread.
Yes.
Little, sort of inch-sized round cheese bread balls. Fabulous on their own, but they came with a cream cheese and chimichurri spread.
Yeah.
It was so good that when we had finished them, server came by and said, "Can I take this plate?" And I said, "No, leave it. I'm going to use it to dip my chicken in."
Oh,
it was wonderful.
The sauce, yeah.
And it was funny. Our server said, "I can bring you more."
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I think I'll be good. My son got the Dr. Falls steak. They're so good. They can see, he looks almost like a grown up, but he's still 15. Instead of bringing him all the other fancy sides, they just gave him French fries. So the server said, "Would you just rather French fries?" "Yes, sure would."
Nice.
I got the Taste Like Chicken.
All right.
It's a fried chicken, but it's not a regular fried chicken. I would say you've got the bone in the wing part, but not in the breast. And it really is, it's light and crispy. And I was dipping it in that chimichurri sauce. Perfect.
Yep.
My husband got the Thai noodles and he got it with tofu and chicken and said, honestly, he would have been satisfied fully with tofu, but wasn't sure. So he got both. It was spicy, but just the right kind of spicy. And then we finished off with the Kungaloosh dessert. It's the chocolate cake, caramelized bananas, cashew caramel ice cream. It was good.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Again, small size if you're 3 sharing it, but just enough to everybody get a good taste of it.
Outstanding. Skipper's Canteen.
We loved it.
One of the newer ones in the Magic Kingdom, but yeah.
And we also got seated near the Great Wall of China, which is one of their back rooms. And the Great Wall of China is just a china cabinet with a bunch of dishes in it. But we appreciate the pun.
I love the humor of it. Yes. Heard that recently too on the show.
We had a couple new meals this time for ADRs. One of them was the Hollywood Brown Derby. We went for lunch.
Yep.
I had the margarita flight. That's what got me hooked on these blood orange margaritas. I had the famous Cobb salad. And you would think, sometimes I listen to the podcast and I think, Cobb salad, I could order that at any restaurant in town. No, this was really good.
How come? Yeah, I hear this all the time.
The base of the salad, the lettuce, wasn't just lettuce. And it was chopped way finer than any chopped salad I've had in town. But it has lettuce and spices. So it had that sort of fresh herb flavor with it. Really incredible, even before they add on the egg, the tomato, the bacon, the dressing, everything else. So it's worth ordering. Even if you think, oh, I've already had a Cobb salad, this one's a standout.
I'm scared of the what's the blue cheese? Blue cheese.
Oh, I love blue cheese.
Do you? Ah.
I'm sure they'd leave it off.
Could I do it without?
So good about customizing things. Yeah, you definitely could do without it.
I could do some other kind of cheese. I'll put mozzarella.
Sure they can do that too. My son had the filet mignon. My husband had the lobster bisque. All very good.
Oh, yes.
Delicious. it's a fun atmosphere in there. And really, I can't believe that we had never been in all of our years of going to Disney. I think we always thought it was too fancy to bring kids.
Yeah.
It's just like any other Disney restaurant.
Yeah, that is a great point. You don't have to think that way. And it's in a perfect location. I got to tell you, have you ever tried, this is one of our favorite lounges outside there, Megan.
We hadn't. We did not do that, but I'm glad we got to sit down. It really was hot enough that we enjoyed the break.
I want you to try the lounge there sometime.
We'll have to. I will say for dessert, we had the famous grapefruit cake.
Oh, good.
And we also got a chocolate cake. I think it was a flourless chocolate cake. The grapefruit cake was the standout.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I thought I would be the only one who liked it. No, that really was the winner. That's why they're known for it. Definitely worth it.
What did you get for a drink there?
I got the margarita flight.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
so it was wonderful. They have such good presentation.
Yeah.
It really makes it fun.
I love the flights. They are fun. And
I thought this was so smart. I normally don't drink a salted margarita. I usually order mine no salt.
Me too.
But they only salt half the glass.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So you can choose how you want to drink it.
That's
and
smart.
some of them come salt, some of them come sugar, depending on what the mix is. But I thought that was really smart, that they could keep sort of mass producing it and still please everybody. And that way you could get a little taste. Is this salt? Is it sugar? Do I like it? It was a good way to do it.
I noticed your husband, you said, had a lobster bisque all over the place.
Yes.
Do you know which one was his favorite?
I think he would say they were all very good and probably very similar.
Okay.
Really, the only one that really stood out wasn't lobster. It was that mushroom bisque from the Territory Lounge.
That one surprised you guys. Yeah.
That one was probably fancier than any of the lobster bisques
Interesting.
we had. We tried for the first time the Rose and Crown dining room.
Okay. Yeah. You had a lunch there?
We had dinner there.
Okay.
We did find it was crowded seating. That was the one time where I really shook my head and said, there is no such thing as reduced capacity here in this restaurant.
Okay.
We're stuffed all in there.
Yeah.
Ordered fish and chips. My daughter had that, enjoyed it. Very well done. I liked the shepherd's pie.
Okay. Yeah.
My husband and my son ordered the chicken curry masala. It had a lot of vegetables in it.
All right.
So my husband and son felt a little tricked, like they were being tricked into eating their veggies. And we would probably rate that one as only okay.
All right.
In part because my husband's eaten a lot of really good curry in the UK, the actual UK. And we have so many good Indo-Pac restaurants in the Houston area that we're kind of spoiled when it comes to our curry.
Well, you'll be glad to know I have someone on the inside over at the UK, and I could put in the feedback to our friend Kevin Curtis Allen, and I'm sure he'll pass that on to the pavilion.
Exactly. It was like I said, okay. And again, we're very spoiled when it comes to that particular type of dish. So we did get the sticky toffee pudding with the vanilla custard and rum sauce for dessert. Very good. I ordered, I think, at dinner a shandy, and my husband had a pint of ale. So they do their pints quite well. Good variety there. My husband said that really is, on a beverage offering, a pretty authentic feel for an English pub.
I like their ales. I like the English beers and Irish and all that jazz myself. Excellent.
It was nice. It was nice. Our only other kind of ADR is we got Oga's Cantina.
Yeah.
And we did that early morning, probably 11 a.m., but it's never too early for a fuzzy tauntaun. I had the fuzzy tauntaun.
It's noon somewhere.
Exactly. My son got the carbon freeze, which is sort of a Powerade with juice with little pearls in it. I don't know if they put a little piece of dry ice in the bottom, but it comes to your table bubbling up and smoking. They do have a little divider area, so there's no way whatever it is could get into your drink before it dissolves. But it was an impressive presentation. And then my husband got the Black Spire Brew, which really is like a coffee and fruit with a lime on top. I thought that was just weird. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but coffee with lime, that wasn't for me. But he said it was pretty good.
Well, to be fair, Oga's is supposed to be weird.
Well, the fuzzy tauntaun with the lip numbing foam was fun. That was interesting. And then we did get the Hapabor sampler, the charcuterie plate there.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. It was fun.
Good.
Some of it was kind of silly, but it really was pretty tasty.
Good. Very well done.
I think that covers all of our ADR eating. Not that we didn't snack and eat elsewhere, but
The only other food I saw, you had ABC commissary. I'd like to hear your opinion of that quick serve.
We went in only for a snack because they have sort of a Southwest take on a lot of foods. And my husband couldn't really find anything he wanted to eat for lunch.
Okay.
So we snacked there. We did pick up some snacks at the booths that are open for food and wine.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of booths that aren't going to open until October 1st.
Oh, yes. I heard that. Right.
So that was a little disappointing. You'll be glad to hear that the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco is open, but it's not its normal menu. It's open as like an extension booth of food and wine.
Oh,
so we got some grilled kebabs with couscous and sort of a Moroccan bread with hummus and a couple dipping sauces. It's not quite the same as the big platter you used to get, but still very, very good. Got some crispy shrimp and spicy noodles in China. Those were tasty.
Good.
Very, good amount of spice on that. And the grilled cheese with pistachios and honey from Greece. Seems weird. It's a flat, square pancake-like thing of cheese grilled with the nuts and honey. Wonderful.
Nice.
And then I would say the only other thing that really was important is we did get Dole Whip. And the best one was the coconut pineapple swirl Dole Whip.
Ooh, yeah.
It is good. That was our most frustrating of the advanced ordering systems because you put in your order and then you have to wait. It says ready, come up to line 2. My husband goes up. He's waiting in line. They don't start your order until you get to the front of the line. So ready just meant get in line. So it didn't make any sense to have advanced mobile ordering for that. I understand nobody wants a melted ice cream. Yeah, right. But that didn't make sense.
Gotcha.
And then I got the carrot cake cookie from the Starbucks on Hollywood and Sunset. Yep. In the studios.
One of my favorites.
It is not a cookie. It's like a personal sized cake, but I'm not complaining. It's delicious.
Semantics.
I remember when you used to have to get it from the writer's stop over there, but really, really very good.
Yeah, very unique. One of my favorites. I like carrot cake.
So you can roll us out. We've now eaten our way through Disney.
My gosh, that was, here, let me give you, the audience is like standing ovation.
Take a break to get us.
We did wear our stretchy pants, didn't we, Megan?
Had to do it on this trip.
Well done. And I like the way we'll go into the way that you ordered your notes here. And let's go. Well, actually, let's finish up those first times because you were almost done there. You did Rise of the Resistance for the first time.
We did. And I will say the secret's out on how to get those boarding groups because we got up, we followed the whole system. 2 days, struck out. My husband did say it was really funny at 1:00 to look around. The whole park stops for about 2 minutes at 1 p.m. And then up go these cheers, but we didn't get it. So
oh my gosh.
The third day that we had reserved for Hollywood Studios, my husband and son are still asleep. I was going to let them sleep late if we didn't get it. Woohoo! I got a boarding group. Yeah. And it was early enough that we were able to go before our sci-fi dine-in reservations. So I think we were something like boarding group 49. Yeah. And just kept an eye on it. But that was wonderful. It's completely worth the hype.
Oh, good.
So if anyone's wondering, it was impressive.
Sounds like almost giving birth. Not that I would know, but...
Well, you're constantly getting up and trying to get it.
We
did wait 80 minutes in
the whole thing
for the Millennium Falcon ride. Yeah. So we did all of Star Wars Land. We had walked through it on a quick weekend trip in November 2019. Yeah. But we said, we'll wait and ride those rides next summer. And it took us till this summer to do it.
There's a tip there. I think when you're there, do all you can.
We should have.
I know. DAS Pass was first time.
Yes. So I mentioned my daughter has been sort of struggling to keep up with the heat and with the exertion. And so she was there in her motorized chair. So our first day, we've been to the plaza. We've enjoyed a little bit of Magic Kingdom. She said, I'm overheated. I want to go back to the resort. And so my son and I got in the line there at City Hall to try and get the DAS Pass. That was a disaster. We stood in this hot line for almost 40 minutes to get to the front of the line. And they said, the person with the issue has to be here. We have to take her picture. And I was like, well, she's already gone back to the resort.
Oh, no.
They say that you don't need a doctor's note. And they say you don't need to disclose your condition. But I'm going to tell you, they're asking a lot of questions. They do want to make sure that it is a non-mobility related issue.
Okay.
And so we explained, no, she has her motorized chair, but there are a lot of times she can't wait in these outdoor lines, especially in the heat and with the crowds for as long as needed. Here's what we should have done. The next day we went to Epcot, found out that they have some little red umbrella areas sprinkled through the park. Took us less than 5 minutes. Up we went. They got her picture. They attached it to her band. And so we were able to use that from then on. And I will say they were very good about it.
Good. All right.
They will let anybody from your party go check in to get the return time, but she has to be there to scan in to ride. So she could wait in a cool indoor place, maybe getting a drink, and then we could go back and return to ride the ride. So that was good.
Good tips. And what's the second pool at the Wilderness Lodge?
So we've always gone to the main pool, the big one that you see that's right near the main building. Years and years ago, we had seen what they used to call the quiet pool, which is the pool over by the DBC building. Well, way back when, it was just this sort of round cement pool. Nothing to say anything about.
Sounds like the Beverly Hillbillies.
That's what it was.
The cement pool.
They have completely renovated it. It is beautiful. It is fully landscaped.
Nice.
Water feature. Wonderful place to hang out. And that's sort of, if you imagine that Geyser Point Lounge is really at the sort of in-between point between the two pools. So what they have now is really lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. The secondary pool made me think of the Polynesian too. They did a really nice renovation of that pool also. Made it very comfortable.
I think they've really upped their pool game.
Yeah, that's all good stuff.
They really have.
All right, I'm gonna go to what I like how you did these little categories. What we could have done better, Megan. What could you have done better? We'll do the bad one before we do all the good stuff.
Okay. I've told you we've been so many times we've been to Disney. We were not in Disney touring shape. None of us. Now, partly pandemic. We've all been at home. We don't have anywhere to go. We're not doing that. But we really should have recognized it ahead of time.
Didn't train like a marathon?
I should have. I have a knee that if it were not for the pandemic, I would have replaced it in November. So I have a bone-on-bone arthritic knee that's not happy. I really thought, I can just go on force of will. I can power through a little bit of pain. The pixie dust will make it good enough. It was not. I also thought, I can just rent scooters at the parks if I need to. I also imagined that if I got a scooter ahead of time, that puts my daughter in her chair and me in a scooter. And if we needed to get a bus, a lot of times they only have 2 places for motorized, scooters. I didn't want to do that. Here's what I didn't know. First, I forgot how many steps you take. I had a day that I rented a scooter up at the front of Epcot. I got 10,000 steps just walking around the resort.
Oh, wow.
And I was conserving steps. Like I sent my husband down to pick up breakfast and bring it up to the room.
Yeah.
Just getting to and from the park and getting out and walking through a couple short lines, like in the Mexico Pavilion. Man, I'm at 10,000 steps already.
Yeah.
So I had posted on the Tigger to Pooh Facebook group that you've got going. that I need to remind myself that the next time we do this, if I can't do 10,000 steps a day for the number of days our trip is, or it was 9 days, if I need a rest day in there, I'm going to need a scooter to get not just at the parks, but delivered to the room.
Yeah, right. Like Judy does. Yeah.
Yes. The other thing
Rent
is
it ahead of time.
they sell out of those scooters.
Yeah.
Showed up at Animal Kingdom fully intending to rent. They said, oh, no, ma'am, we're out.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to push me around in a wheelchair. We're not equipped to do that in our group. And so I really overestimated what I could do, underestimated the steps necessary at Disney, and thought that it might be good enough to get by with what they have at the parks. And the only place that we found that consistently had scooters available was Epcot.
Okay.
And I think they really limit the number that they put out at Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. If you look around, you're not going to see a lot of scooters in line there.
Okay.
And I think that's on purpose.
Yeah, I think there's a great tip here. And I think I would be a hardhead like you. Like, I got an issue, but you're going to power. That's the way I think. And that's a dumb way to think.
Oh, it was. And so
Disney World's going to win.
I emailed Judy that from standing on my feet that day in Animal Kingdom. I said, okay, tell me where you get your scooter. And I was going to call them from line from Cali River Rapids. I was getting ready to call and rent it. Yeah. They're sold out. They were sold out that week.
Sure.
I tried a couple other places and either they were sold out or they had a 3-day wait and then you had to meet them to get it.
Sure.
I should have done it in advance. I should have had them plan to meet me at the resort day one.
Right.
And even if I left it in the room for a day, I would have always had one if I needed one.
These are all great points. You know, I've been struggling with a little hip issue that I probably need to get checked out. And I got a trip in October. And I've been starting to think, although I'm going, it's just me and a friend. And he's my son Harry's father-in-law. So we might not go hard. I think he'll be fine if we don't go the normal commando. But anyways, this is great advice. It's great advice.
I would tell you to rent it.
Yeah.
The other thing is those Disney scooters are more expensive by about $20 a day. They drive like tanks.
Yeah.
And they're slow.
Yeah.
They have those things throttled down so that I am now the slowest in my group when I'm on the scooter. I can almost walk faster with my bad knee.
I think I know what you mean.
You can scooter. So.
Well, I think we talked about the heat. So that was the other issue that we didn't anticipate.
I will add, going with my daughter, who for the first time is having issues with heat, I started looking around and I really wonder how some of these folks bring grandma and grandpa or older people or people with a health condition. Man, I would not recommend going in the summer.
Right.
It is tough.
Enough said. People can't say that enough. I agree. It's now time to tell us what you did right on this trip.
The very first thing we did right years ago, 2019, is we booked with Mama and Judy.
Yeah.
We used a Disney travel agent because, like I said, we just can't count the hours they have spent on the phone on our behalf. And even when we were there, we had some issues with housekeeping. And I didn't know what to expect. We had never been in a DVC before. And with the pandemic, and so I emailed and I said, hey, can you guys tell us what we should expect before we go complain? Plus, we had heard different things from different people. They got on the phone and somehow somebody had put us down as skipping housekeeping.
Oh, okay.
Promise you that was not me. I didn't say anything that could have been misconstrued. I like my housekeeping. But they got that corrected and our room was cleaned up and done up by the time we got back.
Awesome. Yeah, they do a pretty good job.
Oh, it was wonderful. I mentioned this before. We scheduled a lot of ADRs at lunch. It was a good break, get out of the heat. And we saw a lot of people caught off guard by mobile ordering. And they were guarding a lot of those restaurants in the parks. Yeah. And you had to show them that your order was ready before you could go inside.
Right.
Well, we just walked right up with our ADRs. We had checked in and now we're seated drinking cold drinks. So much better.
You knew what to do. You had the information.
Yes.
Information is power.
It is.
Disney World.
One of the things that I think is really important that we did right is we created our own must-do list.
Yep.
And I like the expression, when we went on the Adventures by Disney trip, one of our guides, Casey, kept telling people, be mentally prepared. So we were mentally prepared for things to be different. We were mentally prepared. In other words, adjust your expectations to wait in line. And so we went with that, which meant that even though some things were not quite as we expected, we still had a really good time.
Good to know. Yes.
And I think that was important.
Yes. The mental game of Disney
And then
World.
I've been listening to the podcast. I think my favorite example of this is after we had finished our dinner at the Rose and Crown in England, it was sort of raining. And my daughter's there in her chair and we're like, we don't really want to traipse around World Showcase in the rain. I said to my husband, well, let's go over and we'll ride Soarin'. We'll get in the land pavilion. We'll get out of the rain. Well, he was remembering those days when Future World used to close at 7 p.m. And he said, oh, we can't do that. That's in Future World. And I was like, oh, no, I've been listening to the podcast. I've been keeping up with things. It was perfect. It was less crowded. We got in. By the time we finished, it wasn't raining outside. So it was a really good way to do that. But I think so many things have changed that if, my husband was up on things completely 5 years ago, but it's changed so much that you have to keep updating with all of the new updates.
It's a unique time, too. Things are fluid, as they say, in the great unpleasantness. But
yes.
I just want to, they found you some discounts, Mom and Judy. Can you
automatically applied them.
Yeah, they do that.
That was wonderful.
That is a big thing that they do. They look and save that. Did they save you some money?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we've been through this reservation so many times. I can't remember if it was once or twice they've saved us money.
It all runs together.
I will never book my own Disney trip ever again.
It
will always be with a travel agent. And, Mama and Judy took time before we went to sit on the phone with me and walk through, okay, these are the things that are different. You're going to have to pick up your own bags and then go meet the Magical Express. Those types of things. If I wouldn't have known that, picture us showing up without our luggage. So it definitely was helpful to have their guidance and everything they did to get the reservation to happen.
Let me hit these 2 points. What was overrated? What do you think is overrated at Disney World that you noticed on this trip?
Okay, I'm going to become very, very unpopular with everybody. I think DVC is overrated.
Yeah, tell me why. What?
So I told you why we got that room. We wanted the 2 sleeping areas for my kids. And that was why we got the DVC instead of sort of a standard lodge room.
Yep.
Here's what I think was missing. First, although there were the 2 bed areas for kids, the room organization was a little odd. So in a normal lodge room, you would have 2 bathroom sinks side by side. You would have the small refrigerator with a little counter and a coffee maker. Here, you have 1 bathroom sink, and then on the opposite wall next to the refrigerator, you have what I would call a kitchen sink. Well, I'm not cooking. There's no stove or anything. You have a microwave, but we would have had that in the regular room. So that was odd. The bathroom was smaller. And so I just don't think the room area was perfect.
You have a lot of experience with Wilderness Lodge, too. So
yes, we do.
You got a great comparison here, though. This is good.
There are a lot of little differences in the theming. So I mentioned one of the things we love about the lobby is the theming. There are little things throughout that whole building that are missing. I know this sounds silly. My kids love in the elevators of the Wilderness Lodge, the 2 little otters that hold the handrail in their mouths. They have named them for years and years. It's Otis, like the Otis elevator, and Oliver. Well, there are no Otis and Oliver holding up the rails. It's just a plain metal bar.
Yeah.
And so you have little theming things that are missing. The carpet in the main hallway, I think, is a little worn. So it's not quite the same. And housekeeping.
Yeah.
I'm not fancy. I don't care if they ever make the beds. I can just pull up my sheet, no big deal. But towels with 4 people in the summer heat and humidity, we might shower midday when we come back to the room. You hang up those towels, they don't always dry.
Yeah.
So we do hang them up, but every day there would be a towel or 2 that just, it's not going to make it to the next day. I want to throw those on the floor and have somebody clean them out and replace them with new ones.
Yeah.
That didn't happen this time. So
I think
we
didn't
miss that.
Yeah. They didn't have a chance really with all of your great experience in the main lodge for sure. For that situation. That's good. Very well documented there. All right. Let's do the underrated. What did you find underrated?
Resort. The resort and the resort activities. One of the nights that it was my husband, son, and I were out at Geyser Point, they take out the marshmallows to roast. All you have to do is walk over.
Yeah.
They give you a packet of marshmallows and some giant sticks.
Yeah.
They don't have the rest of the s'mores fixins right now, but you just roast your own marshmallows. They had an area out by the buses where you can tie-dye your own shirts. They'll dry them for you and you can pick them up.
Yes.
We didn't do one, but if the kids were younger, we definitely would have. So all the resort activities were really well done and a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Outstanding.
This one, I wouldn't have thought that this would have appealed to me, but Epcot's 11 a.m. opening.
Yeah.
We are the early morning magic hours people.
Right.
So on our last trip, when Toy Story Land was new, we were leaving the lodge, getting up at 6 a.m. before any of the food service was open to be out the door at the 7 a.m. opening for Toy Story Land. It was so civilized to have the ability to sleep in, get a little extra rest. That was really nice. It was a more relaxing.
I hate to admit this,
us.
but I know exactly. We had the same experience on G3. I was like, 11 a.m. What am I going to do all morning?
Now, probably does contribute to some of the longer lines.
I guess.
Which that was a downside, but it was really nice to sleep in and just take
Forces,
it easy for a change.
To do some resort time.
Yes.
I like that's a great point. Very well. Let's this is a great trip report. Let's finish up with your tips. You've been so descriptive of everything so far. I got to believe you got some great tips for us.
I was disappointed in the shopping.
Oh, okay.
Not just the number of stores that were open, but the variety of merchandise. I went looking for a couple specific things. I wanted Mickey Crocs. Oh. I think they're moving from Crocs to the Natives shoes.
Okay.
That wasn't what I wanted. I was also looking for a big tumbler because I had dropped my Disney tumbler on the floor and cracked it. Oh, I love yours. Yes, you've got the good baby Yoda one, but I want the one with the straw. I ended up getting a Tervis tumbler from the Wilderness Lodge that has Mickey and the Wilderness Lodge theme.
Big one?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 24 ounce.
Oh, yeah.
But there just wasn't much.
Okay.
I was disappointed because I felt for the first time probably ever that I could have done better shopping from the Disney website than at the parks. So that was a little disappointing. Other tips, enjoy the surroundings. One of the things that I would describe as pixie dust were the bunnies at the Wilderness Lodge. They just live in the bushes.
Yeah.
And they're pretty used to people. On one of the first days, my son, 15 years old, sees these and sits down, takes his phone out, was there 15 to 30 minutes just watching the bunnies.
They're so cute. Yeah.
And if you think of teenage boys, it's like, oh, how sweet. And they were just cute bunnies and so nice. And I think sometimes people get in such a go, go, go mentality that they don't stop and notice some of those interesting things, or like the birds that are trying to steal people's food. Yes. They have signs posted, please don't feed them. It disrupts their natural habitat.
I pay attention to these things.
But the ducks would walk through the Geyser Point like almost shopping for a snack. So take time and really, look to see what you can.
Agreed.
Make use of the single rider line.
Yeah, that worked out for you?
We scored big on Test Track. We walked on once and had only like a 10-minute wait another time.
Great tip.
We did Everest, which took about 20 minutes, but compared to the 90-minute wait that was at the first time, That was a big deal. One of our tips, because Food and Wine had started while we were there, is that if you want to take kids through Food and Wine, try going during the week and before 6 p.m. My husband and I always joke, Fantasyland at 2 p.m. where you have screaming kids and unhappy families. That's World Showcase at 6 p.m. where people have been out in the sun a little too long and been drinking around the world. It gets a little rowdier after 6, and it gets more crowded on the weekends.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great point, especially Food and Wine. That's still seems to be the most popular, and I don't know that it's any better, but it's well known and
it is.
Yeah.
And it just, I think if you're there with a bunch of adults and you just want to hang out, you don't mind standing in line together chit-chatting.
Yeah.
But if you're taking kids who don't want to stand in line, it's a little bit harder.
Or me, who doesn't like to
Yes,
stand in line.
exactly.
No patience, like a kid.
We did find that the bus stop wait times had nothing based in reality.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We would sit there at the bus stop at the lodge, and it would say, bus is coming at 9:20. At 9:20, it would say bus is coming at 9:50. All you do is bump it back 20, 30 minutes. There's been no bus here. It just didn't make sense. And so as much as I know that sounds like complaining, we had a lot of times where going home, the bus was there and we were hurrying and they waited for us.
Okay.
So that made up for the couple times we sat there thinking, what is this timetable even doing here? So
I've had that feeling. It so sure is. Last time I was there, it seemed pretty good. And everyone on the podcast kept saying, no, I thought it was pretty good. I was like, really? Okay. Now you're telling me it's back to the old one.
We didn't wait that long. It was only
good.
Once, I think we waited for 40 minutes. And the rest of it was probably under 20. But like I said, the times that we were headed back tired, that we walked straight on, especially the ones they waited for us, that made up for it.
I hear you. Well, wow. Megan, what else? Do you have any last words here?
Take time, just like I said, to notice the little things. If you've been to Disney many times, start watching some of the reactions of guests around you.
In a good way?
Yes. So we were going single rider line on Test Track. I rode Test Track with a couple. I don't know if it was a man and his wife or his daughter. And they were just thrilled the whole time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at this. And you think, if you've ridden Test Track so many times, you forget.
I love that. Yeah.
Just the interest of it. And when we finished and we were getting ready to get off the car, I said, there's a single rider line. If you want to come back and not wait through the long line, you can do that. And they appreciated that.
Yeah.
And then we were going through Star Tours, and the family ahead of us, man, his son and his wife, man, he's taking pictures of everything. He's just like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Even the, announcements before you get on the ride, he is just dazzled by it. And I was so excited because his son, maybe 9 or 10 years old, got picked to be the Rebel Spy.
Ah, nice.
And you could just hear him, oh man, that's you. That's you. And it was just so fun. It was almost more fun to see his joy than riding the ride itself.
Yeah, I've had, reminds me of an experience I had on Soarin' too. A woman and her young daughter, first time. And just knowing they're going to just be thrilled with this ride and you just play up with them too. Mm-hmm. I act like it's my first time. Love it. Good job, Megan.
And we got in and out before you had to wear masks.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful. My husband was a little hesitant to go back to Disney. He kept saying throughout last year, I don't want to go to sad Disney. I don't want to go somewhere where I'm reminded of all this horrible stuff going on. I want to go to escape.
Yeah.
And we think that even though there were a number of people wearing masks, you had to wear them at that point on the buses.
Right.
It really was a good escape.
Yes,
fun.
I've heard this. Yeah. We made the best of it, right? We all have made the best of it under the circumstances, for sure. I've heard that over and over again, which is so proud of the geeks. And Disney's done a good job.
They really have. I would say it's hard for those of us who are used to going and not waiting in lines and using fast passes and early morning hours. And some of the things that would have absorbed those crowds, the character meet and greets, some of the big shows, they're not back yet. So the only things people had to do were ride rides.
Yeah.
So no wonder
sure.
some of those wait times are longer.
Right.
But it was still fun.
I love it.
Still a lot of fun.
Well, are you planning your next trip?
Well, I've told Margita and Judy we are eyeing Adventures by Disney Egypt 2020. Was it 2022, 2023? I think 2023.
Yeah, I know
We love those Adventures by Disney trips.
I know you've done that.
It's world class. It's Disney treatment somewhere else.
I know. So, and you get some education if you go to Egypt.
We did the Southeast Asia one in 2019.
Yes.
And we are sold. It seemed the price is steep, but we also think you get a really good value for it. So we may not be back to Disney World for a little while, but we hope to be Disneying again in the future.
Awesome. Well, thanks for supporting us in all the ways you do. And again, Megan, you got a podcast and you support college prep. So if you guys are into getting your kids into college, right? Megan can
absolutely
connect you up there.
And thank you for the information because it allowed us to see some things, do some things, and enjoy some things that we would have missed otherwise.
No problem. Love it. Great job and stay in touch, all right?
Sure will.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Great job, Megan, as always. Great food descriptions. And, that was such an easy one to edit. There was such perfection all the way through. I usually edit out all the ums and ahs and mistakes I make. But that one went so fast. So here I am on a Saturday putting out this podcast. And thank you, Megan. Great job. I got to thank and shout out to Travis Dietrich. Great job with the Ohio Geek Meet. Yeah, the crowd is going wild. I saw all the pictures and videos coming through. Chris Futrell, great job going out. I think you were probably the farthest drive and went out with your wife. I saw you getting in the car and going and then having a brunch Travis had set up. Anna Saez, a lot of these guys come on the Wednesday Zoom calls. And I've met many of you guys in person. Holly and Dan Austin, I've met them. They had the kids there. Great job. All their geeking t-shirts. Carl Casavecchia and his wife. Lauren Hawkins was there. I saw Heather Wiles and Elise Riggle. I hope I didn't forget anybody, but I want to give a special shout. I saw Elise wrote something on her Facebook. She said, if someone would have told me 2 years ago that I would have spent it today with a group of people I've never met in person, but feel like I've known for years, I would never have believed it. Today, I'm wildly waving my geek flag and smiling. She's grateful for a silly podcast and Facebook community that continues to bless her and impress her day by day. She says, thanks to me and for creating the opportunity. And thanks for Travis making the Ohio Geek Meet a reality. Thanks, Elise. That's so sweet of you to say. I can't wait. And I think you're going to be down at the Grand Geek and Gathering. So I can't wait to see you there. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that here in a second. I got to give another shout out. Chrissy Dittman posted in our private Facebook group. Thanks to this group, I met my best friend and we finally got to meet in person. There's a great picture of her. And Ashley Meyer. So that was awesome to see that picture. I love that. Never gets old. I love seeing you guys making friends and hanging out together. I think I saw they're going to go down together to Disney World. So that is so cool. Thanks, guys. You really made my day when I've been prepping for a big hurricane coming. That doesn't happen very often in Connecticut. It's like Florida, right? Coming up here. It's been hot and humid. I got all my water put in buckets. I got my generator all set, changed the oil, and got it all gassed up. So I'm ready to ride out Henri tomorrow. Great intro from Jessica Merrick and her son. That was fantastic. That came in late last Sunday on my email. I had already staged the show. So Jessica, you got in this week. Thanks for sending in that intro. And I love to get some more geeking intros. You can just create it on your phone for us. It's fun. I can suggest just like Jessica did it. Tell us your name, where you're from. Have fun with your kids doing it. A fun Disney World fact or two about yourself. And you go geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole geeking family. Email them to me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Many of those super geeks at the Ohio Geek Meet are Patreon supporters. I noticed several of them are, and I thank you so much for your enthusiasm, for contributing to the podcast every single month. You use patreon.com. You look for Geekin' on WDW. And I post bonus podcast content out there every single week. We do their Zoom call every week. This week, I got to get this out. I've got one of our top 10 favorite restaurants that we did back in May. My good friend, Joe Taylor, for his podcast, simplejoe.com. We recorded that. That came out. I got some extra content that's on that, so I got to get that out there to you guys. But we released some of the Jeopardy show that we did at the Albany Geek Meet. I wonder if I hope they do an intro for me at the Ohio Geek Meet. Thanks so much, you guys, for patreon.com support. I really appreciate you super geeks. And also all of you that, just like Megan, who contribute to the Traveling Tiaras and what they're doing for the community to help you guys get down to Disney World, answer all your questions. They appreciate you so much. You can book with them. It's easy. Just email them, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Again, look at your phone. Their emails are there. Well, I want to tell you about my trip because I'd love to see you down in Disney World. I'm going to be there in October. I got a surprise trip. It just happened. My good friend John, who's my son Harry's father-in-law, offered me a trip in October 8th through the 12th. I'm going to be down there at Coronado Springs, staying at the Tower. October 8th, that's a Friday. We're going to be at Magic Kingdom, hopefully later that night. So if you're down, definitely try to stop and say hi, especially at Epcot. October 9th, I'll be in Epcot all day. I got to get on that Ratatouille ride. I'm going to use my Genie to get on there, it seems like. Hey, next week we'll get Mom and Judy to talk about Genie Plus. They're researching it. They're going to get it all straight. We got plenty of time. It doesn't come out till October anyway. Food and Wine Festival will be down there for that, October 10th. Animal Kingdom a little bit in the morning and into the afternoon. And probably spend the evening down at Epcot because I got a park hopper. October 11th, that's a Monday. Hollywood Studios, I'm going to be riding the Rise of the Resistance with John and having a good time. Got a dinner there that night with the conference. October 12th, we fly home. Hope you can, I'll get a little messengers. I know I got a bunch of people I've been putting in my notes here who's going to be down there. So love to see you if I'm able to, and you're able to catch up with me. October 8th through the 12th. Also the Grand Geekin' Gathering 2022, February 3rd through the 6th. That's Thursday through Sunday. That's the main event. We'll be in Animal Kingdom on Thursday, February 3rd. Friday, February 4th, Hollywood Studios. Saturday, February 5th, Magic Kingdom. Look for the Kessler run. Glenn Kessler and I will be there having some fun and games. And then the big meetup. If you can't do anything, do Sunday, February 6th in Epcot. We'll get a big picture of all these geeks. We could possibly have 100 of us down there. Elise, you're going to be blown away how cool and fun and people just like you are down at the Grand Geekin' Gathering. So if you do that on Sunday, February 6th, that'd be great. Hang around World Showcase. Maybe have a frozen lime margarita if we get, I don't know if we can get 100 people into the Mexican pavilion for 11 a.m. We'll try. Well, we're committed to helping you enjoy your Disney World vacation. Just reach out to me to book a trip report. Come on the show. If you're a podcaster, I'd love to have you come on. We love supporting you podcasters too. If you need my help booking your trip, I'd love to help you. Reach out to me, kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. And I got a little fantasy football league we started this week. So we got 10 already. You guys that are on the Geekin' on WDW Fantasy Football League will be setting up our draft on Wednesday. We'll be setting up our draft order, like who's gonna be drafting in what order. I'm gonna do that during the Zoom call next week. I'm gonna have the Zoom people help me with that. And then the draft is set up for September 1st at 7 p.m. But I'll message you guys on all that. You'll get that directly from me. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's fun all the time with you guys. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you geeks, especially the ones from Ohio. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.